Manyamanamidam Vishwam Mayaruchitam Avidyarachita Swapna Gandharva Nagaropamam. Manyamanaha, realizing idam, this Vishwam, universe, Maya, by the external energy, Rachitam, manufactured, Atmani, under the living entity, Avidya, by illusion, Rachita, manufactured, Swapna, a dream, Gandharva Nagara, Phantasmagoria, Upamam, like. Translation. Sri Durga Maharaj realized that this cosmic manifestation bewilders living entities like a dream or phantasmagoria, because it is the creation of the illusory external energy of the Supreme Lord. Please respond. Sri Durga Maharaj realized that this cosmic manifestation bewilders living entities like a dream or phantasmagoria, because it is the creation of the illusory external energy of the Supreme Lord. Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the deep forest, it sometimes appears that there are big palaces and big cities that is technically called Gandharva Nagara. Similarly, in dreams also we create many false things out of imagination. A self-realized person or a devotee knows well that this material cosmic manifestation is temporary, illusory representation appearing to be truth. It is like a phantasmagoria, but behind the shadow creation there is the reality of the spiritual world. The devotee is interested in the spiritual world, not in the shadow. Since he has realization of the supreme truth, the devotee is not interested in this temporary shadow of truth. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Param Dristva Nirvartate. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jananam Jana Shulakaya Chaksharam Militam Yanadasme Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satyatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadaman Vidati Swaparandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhabadagamanam Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajim Shadvitam Savadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sita Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Devatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Jagadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Durga Maharaj realized that this cosmic manifestation bewilders living entity like a dream or phantasmagoria, because it's the creation of the illusory external energy of the Supreme Lord. here, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadi Yasya Yato Anvaya Ritiracharateshu Abhigyaswara Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikave Mukyanti Yat Surayaha. In this verse, Tejo Vari Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trishargunusha Damna Sevna Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dimere. So this Nirasta Kuhakam, the translation means I read the whole thing. O my Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, all prevailing personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisance to you. I meditate upon Lord Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primal cause of all causes of the creation, substance, destruction of the manifested universe. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestation and is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahma, Ji, the original living being. By him, this is what is very important here, by him, even great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen on water, only because of him do the material universe is temporarily manifest by the reaction of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, and is forever free from the illusory representation of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So here you see, this is very remarkably explained here. That by him, the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representation of the water seen in fire, land or seen on water, only because of him the material manifest, temporarily manifested by reaction of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. So you see, the material world is actually very bewildering. The material world is an illusory place. But it is not, it is temporary. You follow this point? And the living entities who are placed in the material world are similarly illusion. Understand? This is explained in this verse, how the living entity, they come here, they are already in illusion. Avidya karma. Is that Vishnu? Paraprokta. Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta. What? Which verse? Where is it? Madhya. In Madhya Lila 22 or 19. So the living entities are already covered by Maya. One? Madhya. 154. 19. 6. The Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta Kshetragya. Kshetragyatyatta para. This word, avidya karma samgyanya triteye shakti ishyate. So the living entities are born into avidya, means illusion, and karma, they must work. Understand? These are two the qualities of this material binding. So we are all now stuck in this material world because we are identifying primarily with the body conception. So because we are in the bodily conception, how does this come about? By basically forgetting our relationship with the Lord. You understand? When we forget ourselves a servant of Krishna, then we get covered by this thing. You understand? I just read the translation. The internal potency of the Supreme Lord Vishnu is spiritual as verified by Shastra. There is another spiritual potency known as Kshetragya, or the living entity. The third potency, which is known as Nisan, makes the living entity godless and fills him with fruitive activity. See, the living entity are in the situation, illusion, you know. This is further explained in this verse, how he becomes illusion. And this verse, Yaya samhohitam jiva atmanam triguna atmakam karopi manyate nartam tatkritam cha vipatyate. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental three modes of material nature, thinks himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reaction of material misery. So the moment he is covered by Maya, I think you remember when we were reading this, the living entity was in the womb of the mother, correct? Yes? He was praying, correct? What is that word? He was crying and praying. That when I come out, I will definitely surrender to you. I think it's 3:30. 3:30 or 3:31? 3:31? What? $3:31? 17. 12. Where's the part is crying? The human soul say, I have take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in various eternal form and walks on the surface of the world. I take shelter of him only, because he can give me relief from all fear, and from him I have received this condition of life, which is just befitting my impious activity. So the living entity in the womb is praying like this. You understand? Because he is not touched by Maya yet. Maya is going to only cover him the moment he leaves the womb of the mother. See that? I am the pure soul appearing now bound in my activities. I am lying in the womb of my mother by the arrangement of Maya. I offer my obeisance to him who is here also with me, but who is unaffected and changeless. You see, the soul is realizing that the Supreme Lord is also with him. Not that he don't know nothing. You don't understand. He is fully aware. Even the womb of the mother, we are fully aware of our position. Who is here with me, but who is unaffected and changeless. He is unlimited, but he is perceived in the repentant heart. But he is perceived in the repentant heart. He is not perceived in the what? What is this one? This puffed up heart. That's not. It is a repentant. That means we have to be crying. Repentant means what? Loving. What? Crying, repenting. I'm so rascal, I've fallen. Not that, I'm okay, no, I'm alright. Then if you are not repenting, you cannot realize this. You understand? Yeah, we all are sinful rascals. We have to understand that. You follow? If we think that we are not sinful, then where's the question? That's why this word is used here. What is the word used here? Huh? Repentant heart. To him I offer my respectful obeisances. You see how the conditioned soul is praying. Huh? Oh, I'm very great. For such a person, you need God. Do you need God if you think you're so great? Do you need? Huh? You'll be outside there. You'll be what? Outside there. Correct? So you see how the consciousness is very, very what? Important. That how we are used to be humbling ourselves. You understand? That's why one of the quality of surrender is to always to be meek and humble. If you don't have that quality, then there's no question of coming to God consciousness. Forget it. That's not possible. You understand this point? It's not possible. So here, next verse. I am separated from the Supreme Lord because of my being in this material body, which is made of 5 elements, and therefore my qualities and senses have been misused. Although I am essentially spiritual, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental material nature and the living entity, because it is devoid of such material body, and because it is always glorious in his spiritual qualities, I offer my obeisance to him. So the living entity is praying. And he is making distinction. I have a material body. The Lord doesn't have a material body. Understand? Therefore, he is not affected. He is the loaf. He can deliver me because I am conditioned. You understand this? Now he's coming out and he's thinking he's what? Equal to God. What is this philosophy? Huh? He's praying. He's outside now. He's saying that no, you and God are the same, equal. Here, you're crying. Here you are crying. When you come out, no. I know better than him. In fact, I know better than him. Can you imagine the impudency? Huh? Right? Then what happens? You see, the human soul further prays. The living entity is put under the influence of material nature and continues a hard struggle for existence on the path of repeated birth and death. This conditional life is due to his forgetfulness of the relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, without the Lord's mercy, how he can again engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord? Again, he's telling, he's stuck inside. Only if the Lord shows mercy. And how the Lord is going to show mercy? Unless the living entity is crying for it. Yes? Unless the what? Crying for it. If he's not crying, there's no need for it. If you say you're okay, you're alright, no, you're okay, you can enjoy. Yes? You follow? You see how the living entity is very, very, repentant. He's offering his prayers. No one other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the localized Paramatma, the partial representation of the Lord, is directing all inanimate and animate objects. He is present in the 3 phases of time, past, present and future. Therefore, the conditioned soul is engaged in different activities by his direction. And in order to get free from the threefold miseries of this conditioned life, we have to surrender on to him only. Period. There's no other recourse. You cannot try to escape this what? This whole, entanglement. You follow? You see how the living entity is realized, is actually a realized soul. It's in the womb of the mother. It is not touched by Maya yet. You follow? And it's crying. It is crying. Huh? Now we ask him to chant Hare Krishna. Oh, no time. Did I say that? You think I really said that? What? Huh? Krishna is the only God. Oh, come on. There's so many other gods. Fallen into the pool of blood, stool and urine within the abdomen of his mother, his own body scorched by the mother's gastric fire, the embodied soul anxious to come out, to get out, counts his months and prays. Oh my Lord, when shall I, a wretched soul, be released from this confinement? See? Not that he's very happy inside. What? What? Sukadev Goswami. He refused to come out. Sukadev Goswami, he refused to come out from the womb of his mother. He was staying inside for how long? 16 years. That is the why father is asking, why don't you come out? No, if I come out, I will get stuck with Maya. So I am not coming out. See how he's saying? The father said, no, I give you assurance, you will not be stuck with Maya. But if you are in Maya, how you can give me the assurance? Somebody who is not in Maya, he says, then I will come out. Then they have to go and call Krishna. Krishna came and Krishna said, alright, you will not be in Maya. And then he came out. See, he of course he can control his coming in and out. And we are not in that position. You can see what happens. Then immediately he goes upside down and then the air pushes him out. My dear Lord, your causeless mercy, I am awakened to consciousness, although I am only 10 months old. Indian calculation is 10 months. Right? Because it's lunar month calculation. The solar is 9 months. That difference. Although I am only 10 months old, for this causeless mercy of the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the friend of all fallen souls, there is no way to express my gratitude but to pray with folded hands. You see that? This is praying inside with what? Folded hands. What is he praying, Stuck inside. If you put, as Prabhupada said, if you put a grown-up man inside that position, he will die in only 2 minutes. He will die in 2 minutes in that cramped position. The living entity in another type of body sees only by instinct. He knows only the agreeable and disagreeable sense perception of that particular body. But I have a body in which I can control my senses and understand my destination. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisance to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whom I have been blessed with his body and by whose grace I can see him within and without. Can you see this? Only in the human platform, a human body, this can happen. It says here, if he is trapped in another body, he cannot understand. He can only see things by sense perception. See, I've got a human body. I can see the what? He says here, I'm blessed with his body by whose grace I can see him within and without. In other words, the living entity actually can see Krishna in the womb of the mother. Therefore, my Lord, although I am living in a terrible condition, I do not wish to depart from my mother's abdomen to fall again into the blind well of materialistic life. This is the point. You understand? I do not wish to depart from my mother's abdomen to fall again in the blind well of materialistic life. The materialistic life is considered as what? A blind well. Your external energy called Deva Maya at once captures the newly born child and immediately false identification with the beginning of the cycle of continued birth and death begins. As long as it does not come out of the womb of the mother, he is safe. The moment he comes out, then its Maya takes over. You understand? You follow? So this is how the illusion is happening. Therefore, without being agitated anymore, I shall deliver myself from the darkness of Nisan with the help of my friend Clear Consciousness. Simply by keeping the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in my mind, I shall be safe from entering into the wombs of many mothers for repeated birth and death. Understand this point? This is how we have been praying when we were in the womb of our mothers. Understand this? Then what happened? What happened? This is what happened. Kapila continued, the 10-month old living entity has these desires even while in the womb. But while he thus extols the Lord, the wind that helps parturition, what do you call it? Parturition, propels him forth with his face turned downward so that he may be born. So he is now going to take birth. Now what happens when he takes birth? Pushed down all of a sudden, pushed downward all of a sudden by the wind, the child comes out with great trouble, head downward, breathless, deprived of memory due to severe agony. That means he loses his consciousness. It's not fun, coming out of the womb of the mother. Understand? Right? Severe agony. We forget this. Yeah? Understand? We forgot. The child thus falls on the ground, smeared with stool and blood, and plays just like a worm germinated from the stool. He loses his superior knowledge and cries under the spell of Maya. That's what exactly happened. Forgot everything. Finish. I don't remember. You understand how this gets into Maya? Huh? And then how the Maya goes even further. How? How it gets into further and further into Maya. How? It's explained here in this verse. 11 what? You see here, Agahor Indriya Ramo Mogam Partha Sujivati. The moment he starts to enjoy the senses, my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in the human life, the cycle of sacrifice, thus established by the Vedas, certainly leads a life full of sin. Living only for the satisfaction of senses, such a person lives in vain. Understand? So they are all thinking that the goal of life is to enjoy the senses. So the more and more you get into sense gratification, you become more and more illusion. You become more and more what? Illusion, coward. You follow? You can see this again. It's further explained here in this verse. One who is sleeping may see many objects of sense gratification in a dream, but such pleasurable things are merely creations of the mind and thus ultimately useless. Similarly, the living entity who is asleep to his spiritual identity also sees many sense objects, but these innumerable objects of temporary gratification are creations of Lord's illusory potency and have no permanent existence. One who meditates upon them, impelled by the senses, uselessly engages intelligence. You understand this point? You understand that? So we have to understand that more and more we try to enjoy our senses, the more and more we will go deeper in Maya. I think this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, text 1, right? Is that 15:1? Let's read that together. Where are we going? Question answer. What's going on? Yeah, this was Sri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Mula Madashakam Aswatam Praha Avyayam Chandam Ziyashya Pranan Yastam Veda Saveda Vid. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said it is It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its root upward and branches down, whose leaves are the Vedic hymn. One who knows this tree is the know of the Vedas. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of nature. The twigs are the object of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and this bound to the fruitive action of the human society. See, this is how we are cut in this whole web of material activities, and in this way we are covered by Maya. And more we try to enjoy our senses, then more and more we become illusion. You follow this point? Huh? I think this is explained in that verse, this I and mind. What is that? 5 what? Huh? Stri. Huh? What is that verse? Huh? Aham mameti. 558. Huh? See here in this verse, how your illusion becomes further entangled. Sanskrit. Pumsastri mituni bhavametam tayo mitto hridaya granti maho. To graha chetra sutapta vitte janasya mohahayam aham mameti. This moha in the illusion. Aham and mameti. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the heart of the male and the female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life illusion and thinks in terms of I and mine. This is how the person gets all into mental. Right? You following point? What? That's why Lord Brahma says, I think we have showed you many times. This is how he gets covered over. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachment and desires remain thieves, their homes remain prisons, and their affections for feelings for their family members remain foreshadowing. That's how it becomes stuck. We are not just, asking you, family is bad. We are not. We are enlightening why we are in trouble. You understand? Why we are stuck. Of course, we already explained to you how the soul was praying in the womb of the mother. You understand? It's not that we are trying to be funny here. What? We become funny, is it? We're trying to revive our what? Lost consciousness. We were all praying how to come out. Correct? So now we are stuck. Different bodies, that's another matter. But we are stuck. We are all souls. You understand? Same. Your soul, my soul, his soul, everybody's soul is same, not different. The body is different. That's another thing. So we need now to work out a plan to come out of that. That's the intelligent thing. That's why Dhruva Maharaj saw everything as illusion. This is a waste of time. I mean, how long he enjoyed life? How long? 36,000 years. You understand? 36,000 years or 36 years or 6 years, whatever. The concept of trying to enjoy the senses is a no-go. You understand? It doesn't work because it puts us in further illusion. Puts us into what? Puts us in further illusion. You can see. Jayapatya Graha Chetra Swajana Dravinadisu Udasina Samam Pasyan Sarveshu Artham Evatmanaha. One should see one's real self-interest in life, in all circumstances, and should therefore remain detached from wife, children, home, land, relative, friends, wealth, and so on. You understand this point? Huh? You cannot live with this illusion, everything is going to be what? What? Self-interest. You understand? We're not saying tomorrow you divorce your wife or something. You have to understand that we have to learn how to see in a Krishna conscious way. You understand? How to see that? Let's explain here. I think it is in 551. I quoted that last time. Everybody. Everybody. As I've said, the soul is trapped in different bodies. Not that we're particularly, targeting what? No. Women are not suffering. What? Women are enjoying, men are suffering. What? Everybody is suffering. Yes? I think it's 5-5 what? 5-5. Last time I used to quote how to live in a family life. 553. Those interested in reviving Krishna consciousness, increasing love of Godhead, do not like to do anything that is not related to Krishna. They are not interested in mingling with people who are busy maintaining their bodies, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householders, nor are they attached to wife, children, friends, or wealth. At the same time, they are not indifferent to the execution of their duties. Such people are interested in collecting only enough money to keep the body and soul together. You understand? Are you listening? Huh? You understand? So you have to learn how to live like Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings the song. What is that? This is your house, this is Krishna, everything belongs to who? To Krishna. He never says it's mine, it's to Krishna. I'm just the maintainer, servant. So we have to learn how to live in that consciousness that everything belongs to Krishna. And we try to become the master, then where does all the problems start? Huh? The problems all start when we try to become the master. You following? We are always servant. So when we live in that understanding that I'm a spirit soul and I'm a servant of Krishna, everything here is by my pious activity, they all come together. Huh? Just like that verse, our what is that? 17, 1, 11, 17, what? 53. I think it's this verse. The association of children, wives, relatives and friends is just like a brief meeting of travelers. With each change of body, one is separated from such associate, just as one loses the object one possesses in a dream when the dream is over. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Huh? It is a brief what? It says here. It's a brief meeting of travelers. That's like you go to the bus station, you meet so many people. But when your bus comes, that's it. Finish. Yes? Yes or no? So this is exactly what it is, because we are all souls. And where is our real home? Huh? I think it's this, I'm sure, but let me try. Yes, this is the one. Those who are less intelligent accept the Vedic ritualist ceremonies as all in all. They do not know that the purpose of the Veda is to understand one's own home, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead lives. Where's our own home? Where's our home? Where? Sengkang. Where? Hougang. All the Kang. Where is? Chennai. Hyderabad. What? Where? Where? Punjab. Where? Not been interested in their real home, their illusion, and search after other homes. Understand this? Understand? Huh? I'm being too heavy, is it? What? What? Where? Visakhapatnam. Where? Where? What? See the next verse. This is intelligence. Krishna says, this is intelligence. My dear king, the entire world is covered with sharp points of pusa grass. And on the strength of this, you have become proud because you have killed various types of animals in sacrifice. Because of your foolishness, you do not know that devotional service is the only way one can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot understand this fact. Your only activity should be those that can please the Personality of Godhead. Our education should be such that we can become elevated to Krishna consciousness. Our education should be such that we can become elevated to Krishna consciousness. That is the sum and substance. If we at all want to come out of this illusion, then there is no other way. Just like there's a verse. When you are in a bad dream, how you overcome the bad dream?
Not by hallucinating.
What verse is that? You remember? I showed you last time. By waking up. By what? By waking up. Correct? When you got a bad dream, like now we all are haunted by a bad dream. How to come out of this? How? By only waking up. We have to wake up. Yes? That's why there's now the verse, the illusion. All is a dream. Everything is a dream. So our whole position is to get to Krishna consciousness. The moment we come to Krishna, then the whole thing is over. The whole thing is over. You understand? Either you have a man body or woman body or what body, that's immaterial. The moment you become Krishna consciousness, you come back to your original constitutional position. Like a prisoner waiting when the time is finished to come out. Now we are all now prison in this what? Body. What? 4. 4:29:34. Is in this 29. Narada continued, O you who are free from all sinful activity, no one can counteract the effects of fruitive activity simply by manufacturing a different activity devoid of Krishna consciousness. All such activities due to our ignorance. When we have a troublesome dream, we cannot relieve it with a troublesome hallucination. One can counteract a dream only by awakening. Similarly, our material existence is due to our ignorance and illusion. Unless we awaken to Krishna consciousness, we cannot be relieved of such dream. For the ultimate solution to all problems, we must awaken to Krishna consciousness. I think this is a very powerful verse. Yes? Yes or not? So therefore, as devotees, we must have a very strict spiritual program. If we don't have this very strict spiritual program, then there is a very good chance that we will be allured by this so-called what? Family attachment, children, this, that, everything will what? Displace our what? One-pointed attraction. Or what? So all the time we must keep reminding ourselves that I am a servant of Krishna, I belong to Krishna, I need to serve Him, just like we were praying in the womb of the mother. But if we do not maintain our spiritual program, devotional service, as so kindly given by Srila Prabhupada, there is a very good chance that we will be again illusioned by what? You can see in this verse. I think it's 7:15. What is that? You see here. Where is that verse? A person who does not engage, even he is a Brahmin, he loses his education, this, that. I showed you. I think it's 7:15 something. One who is engaged in sense gratification. I think it's up in the front. He loses his health, he loses his education, he loses everything. Yes, 7:15:19. Yeah. All right, you see here. Because of greed for the sake of senses, because of greed for the sake of senses, that means wanting to enjoy the senses, the spiritual strength, education, austerity, reputation of a devotee or brahmana who is self-satisfied dwindle, and his knowledge gradually vanishes. See that? Huh? Are you following? That's why we are enforcing that you strictly follow this morning program, morning Mangalarti, chanting around, hearing the Bhagavatam, what's that? Following the four principles. Why? Because if we slacken, it is said, because of greed, we slacken, then what will happen? Our spiritual strength will what? First thing, our what? Spiritual strength. Spiritual strength means what? Our enthusiasm, our determination, our patience, all will be gone. Then, education, our spiritual education, gone. Our austerity, you sleep through, will you be austere? Can. What? Finish. And reputation of a devotee, wow, he's big time devotee, finish. Or Brahmana, who is not self-satisfied, dwindle, and his knowledge gradually vanishes. So if you don't have that knowledge, then how are you going to get strength? Yes? Yes or not? Without the knowledge, how are you going to control your mind? Intelligence is required to control the mind. Yes? Yes or not? Are you following? So you see how everything is very, very important. We cannot afford to get into illusion. And illusion comes primarily because we want to enjoy the senses. Therefore, sense gratification, as Krishna says, is our enemy. Kama esha krodha esha rajaguna samudva vidhiyena Vairina. This is the Vairina, enemy. And where's the enemy? Sitting in the senses, sitting in our mind, sitting in our intelligence. Our enemy is there. We are naturally attracted to all these things. Therefore, tapasya, tapo devyam bhutrakayena. We have to do tapasya. And tapasya means what? Sleeping. Sleeping. What? Huh? What do you have to do? Sleep. And what will happen? Spiritually you will go down like this. Spiritually what? First thing, the spiritual strength means what? The round from 16 round will become what? Huh? 16 to what? It will go down. Chanting, that is symptom. If someone is not chanting 16 round or cannot chant 16 round, symptom. What is the symptom? Spiritual strength is dwindling. Are you following? Yes, all these are connected. You cannot try to, cut short the method. It's not going to work. Are you following? So therefore, Dhruva Maharaj saw all these things as illusion, although he enjoyed the material world so long. Because the way he did not enjoy, he actually was doing devotional service. So in time came, So similarly, our whole test is going to come, especially when? At the time. What is that? Janma labha parapumsham ante narayana. The time of death, whether we be able to maintain our consciousness and chant the holy name. That's it. Then we are free from illusion. If we actually hold the lotus feet of the spiritual master very tightly and follow his instruction, then Krishna Maya will never touch us. Krishna's Maya will never touch us. Are you following? So alright, I think we have covered the subject quite a bit. Any questions or comments on this point?
The senses are stronger than 16 rounds and 4 principles and Bhagavatam. The circumstances being dealt with.
Senses.
Attraction. It keeps varying as per the situation we go through or the people we associate with. So how to do it?
If you keep this program very strongly, then there's a good chance that you will get spiritual strength to overcome.
I'm here for Bhagavatam. Later at 10 o'clock I am in the office with 20 women. What is my situation? Anytime I'm at stake.
Yes, I don't deny that. But if you attend the Mangalarti and chant around and read Prabhupada's book and eat only Krishna Prasadam, there's a good chance you can overcome that. Because it's explained here. One must conquer the mode of passion and ignorance by developing the mode of goodness. And then one must become detached from the mode of goodness by promoting oneself to the platform of Suddha Sattva. All this can be automatically be done if one engages in the service of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. In this way, one can conquer the influence of the modes of nature. It can be done. If you automatically, one engages in the service of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. Maya cannot overcome spiritually. That's not possible. Understand? Same point again is said here. Krishna said this. My dear Uddhava, I am personally the ultimate shelter, the way of life for sanely liberated person. And thus, if one does not engage in my loving devotional service, which is made possible by associating with my devotees, then for all practical purpose, one possesses no effective means for escaping from material existence. You understand? This associating with my devotees means following this program. Yes, I think we quote this many times. I think this verse you have seen many times. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. You follow? Yes?
Your association with the devotees here hardly 3 hours, 4 hours. But my association outside is more than 10 to 12 hours at least. Magnitude and effective.
Yes. Okay, here. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, been disgusted with material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still been unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to miserable results and sincerely repents such activities. Are you following? So you're stuck. All you can do is what? Cry. That's all.
This is one part, physical part. Now let's come to the subtle part. I'm carrying them in the mental constitution. How to get out of it?
Only way to go out of Krishna's Maya, follow the morning programs.
The morning program only in the temple and how is it?
As long as you wake up in the morning and chant before the sun. When your person wakes up before the sun rises, then he gets the strength. 11? Yeah. Yes, but if you are living far away, what to do? At least you wake up, and follow. I remember I was here alone. I was nobody here. I was only me. I'm in Mangalati.
So how long is
praying, crying and praying. And Krishna can change the situation. It's you, how much you are interested. You follow? There's one verse that I read, This verse is in the CC, Madhya. I think it's a very nice verse on this subject. I think we can read it together. Somewhere here. Reading this, that Krishna is very, very kind, That when the devotees strive, Krishna, sitting in the heart, he sees that heart, trying to help the devotees. I'm going to try to get that verse out. No? 11:5:42. No, it was in the CC. And at 25 last. I was reading it in the Madhya Lila. Madhya 26, 25. The last verse. Anyway, I'll show you another verse. 11:5:42. One who has thus given up all other engagement and taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is very dear to the Lord. Indeed, if such a surrendered soul accidentally commits some sinful activity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated within everyone's heart, immediately takes away the reaction to such sin. Another verse here. Man becomes strong and stout by eating sufficient grain. But the devotee who simply eats ordinary grain but does not taste the transcendental pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna gradually become weak and fall down from the transcendental position. However, if one drinks but a drop of the nectar of Krishna's pastime, his body and mind begin to bloom and he begins to laugh, sing and dance. Correct? So, the only thing we have to do is become serious. What's he asking?
Behaving like servant of the Supreme Soul, how is it possible to take decisions in life? How can we make sure that decisions we take either in personal or social or political or professional capacity are in the spirit of Krishna consciousness? It's like, if I'm a servant, how can I take decisions? Because I'm not the master. So, how can we make sure that the decisions are in the spirit of Krishna consciousness?
The best way to do this is to always consult somebody you have faith in, who is a servant of Krishna. And that servant must be giving direction based on Shastra, Sadhu and Guru. That's why it says, in the Bhagavad Gita 16:24. What to do, how to do. What is karya, akarya. That's all based on Shastra. You understand? This is Shastra Pramanam. I can show you the verse. So here I can see in this verse, one should therefore understand what is duty, what is not duty by the regulations of Shastra, scripture. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. So if you do not know, you approach someone who knows the Shastra, who can show you. You follow? But in no account you should try to make a decision based on your mental speculation.
I can speculate even on the scripture. For example, in scripture there is contradictory instructions, eating meat and not eating meat, or whatever. According to the modes that people are.
So therefore, if you are not sure, you consult the devotees. That's why three things are there: sadhu, shastra, and guru. It's not just only shastra. There's also sadhu and there's also guru. There's three ways. I mean, one can make mistake, but Prabhupada said, sadhu can make mistake, guru can make mistake, but shastra cannot make mistake. So if you are not sure, you cannot. I mean, nowadays there's so much of communication is very wide at your faster than your fingertips. I think you can communicate with everybody, either the Skype or this or that. You can consult so many, devotees who are practicing seriously. If you are not sure, you cannot.
That also becomes a disadvantage because everybody has got the power to speak now. So every person who does not know anything also can speak as it is.
No, the person speaking, it is explained here, the speaking must be done like this. 17 what? 5. 17:5 or 17 what? Shastra. It's about 17:19, I think. The power of speech. 17:15. Here, you see here. In the purport, Prabhupada explaining the process of speaking in spiritual circle is to say something upheld by scriptures. One should at once quote from scriptural authority to back up what he's saying. At the same time, such talk will be very pleasurable to the ear. By such discussion, one may derive the highest benefit and elevate human society. There's limitless stock of Vedic literature, and one should study this, and this is called penance of speech. So you cannot just simply give direction and based on your mental strength. That is also bogus. You should what? Refer to the scriptural authority. This is said like this here, this is said like that here, this is the verse, this is then you have no doubts. I think so, could be like this. Sometimes it's really a big problem. Prabhupada said this, but Prabhupada didn't say that. Prabhupada himself said, don't say everything Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said. You understand? We have to be backed up by Shastra. Like now, I spent practically 1 hour. I only quoted what? Verses. I didn't give my opinion.
I make Shastra to my advantage. To win over an argument, to take a command, to make it favorable to me.
I mean, everybody got consciousness, they can detect that. You understand? If you are also Krishna conscious, if someone is speaking something contrary to what actually, you can detect that. You can, you know what I mean? Understand? This is not the meaning of it. You understand? You cannot be fooled. If you read thoroughly, you cannot be fooled. Like now, let's give you the example. Our ISKCON is saying the Guru all can fall down. Correct? Yes? Yes or no? But if you read thoroughly, you can find out that's not the fact. Where? Where? Where they can quote? Where can they quote a verse that said Guru can fall down? That's what I said earlier. Prabhupada said and Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said everybody can become Guru. Prabhupada said so many things. Yes, we don't deny those parts that Prabhupada said. But, Prabhupada put the but. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, you are qualifying. 1977, April, he's waiting still. But by November, you qualified. What? Huh? And another thing is, this is going on live, I'm going to repeat this, that you always saying the will. What? Ultimate authority, GBC, ultimate, you're playing the big drum with that. Yes? But just 2 lines below, it says that my initiated disciple can only be the director, which clearly implies the rhythmic system of initiation. And that you say Prabhupada became what? Sanai. Prabhupada did not know what he was doing. He became what? A fool. He didn't know what he was talking. Just 2 lines down, he became what? Crazy. But 1 line up, he is playing the big drum. Yes, GBC. You expect us to follow that? You can see this is blatant cheating. This is what? Cheating. So if you are going to take things out of context, like here, exactly this point, taking things out of context, misusing it for your personal what? Gratification. This is nonsense. You follow? If you can accept the first line, you will also expect you to accept the 3rd line, 4th line, 5th line, whatever. But if you are not going to do that, then you can see. You can what? Everybody can see. Correct? Yes? So we should be careful, we should not be fooled. Prabhupada said, surrender with what? Surrender by your intellect. Don't surrender your intelligence.
But in the span of 40 years, all these guys who are given Shastra to their contextual advantage, we are seeing everyone fall one by one. The latest is Prabhupada, the latest is Gundisha. One by one, drop out. So obviously it is also evident that whoever does Shastras to his advantage is going to be a fatal disaster.
Yes. Anyone who disobeys the Guru, his position is very disastrous. Because he has lost shelter of his Guru, he will encounter hundreds and hundreds of obstacles in his spiritual life. That's a verse on that. 1087, 39.
Is that only the fall down is a punishment, or they will have severe?
It says that such person who deviate will go to hell, and the followers also will go along with them.
But they will not be able to see them that.
Why you want to see that?
Otherwise, how do we prove that anybody who is going to deviate from Prabhupada or taking?
And you can already see now what's happening.
But it took 40 years.
But look, at least it took 40 years. But you see, correct? You don't have to go through those experiences. Correct? You're seeing and you're learning, you're protecting yourself. Correct? So why you want to go into that kind of a circle and get bewildered and cheated? Correct? Yes or no? So better to be safe than sorry. This is clearly cheating. Everything comes, GBC is the ultimate authority, GBC ultimate authority. And then when it comes to number 3, where you are my initiated disciple, can only be the director, Prabhupada became crazy. Then what kind of a GBC is that? Then you should also change the first line. If you say it's crazy, then the whole thing is crazy. Correct? How you can use such a word that Prabhupada became crazy? Can you say like that? Can. Huh? One, what is that verse? Acharya Mam Vijanayam. Correct? To think the spiritual master is an ordinary person. Yes? Huh? We'll read that. 11:17. 27. You see here? Acharya Mamcha Vijanayam Nava avamanyeta karijit namatya buddhya asuyeta sarva devamayo guruhu. One should know that the Acharya is myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man. Understand this? Martyesu means you think that he dies. No, Martya means what? Someone who dies. Therefore you think that Guru must be living. This is a big offense. The living Guru statement is a very offensive statement. Understand? Here it says here, you cannot think him the ordinary man, what? He will live and he will die. Yes or no? For he is the representative of, he is even higher than the demigod. He is even higher than the demigod. So try to understand scripture properly. You understand? To my knowledge, up to today, they do not have any one verse from the scriptures to say that the Guru business is authorized. They have no evidence from any scriptural presentation to justify that their Guru system is legitimate. No. A Guru who can fall down. That is never supported in Shastra. Period. Have you come across the statement? In fact, it says only third-class person will fall down. And it is warned that you cannot accept a third-class person as a Guru. Warning. Prabhupada. How you can justify all this? That's why Prabhupada said, you should learn and read my books thoroughly, like a lawyer who learns his law books. If you don't read the books, then you will fall down. Yes? So anyway, be careful. Thank you very much. Any other questions? All right. All glad to Srila Prabhupada.